Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaylin and today I am back with another video. Today I want to talk about a very fun topic to me. It is about dating, things you should look out for, and if you stick to the end, I have some tips for dating apps in particular. Right now we're just going to focus on really things that are just going to make it easier for you to find an ideal match, gain some clarity, and really get rid of a lot of the confusing feelings that come with the process of dating. You know, kind of like the guilt, ghosting, blah, blah, blah. Just really some things that are going to make it easier for you to go through this process. And that's going to take, yes, dating is very personal, but the process, it can at times have nothing to do with you and everything to do with the person. So once you understand that, you can go in with thicker skin and have more confidence in yourself, your desires, and what you're bringing to a relationship. So without further ado, let's hop into the video, and again, stick around until the end for dating app tips that you're definitely gonna love and find helpful. I have some notes on my iPad right here, so let's hop right in the video. I like to first start off with defining what it is that you want from a relationship. You can kind of go in blindly and be like, oh, I want to meet someone who just gets me. I want to be with someone who I have fun with. You kind of go in with all these very general things, and that's lovely. But getting clear on what you want out of dating, what you want out of a relationship is like baseline number one. And most people just skip this and leave it to chance. So like, are you looking for a relationship, a committed relationship? Are you looking for more of companionship? Are you dating for marriage? Are you looking for more of a friend vibes? Are you looking for a provider? Are you looking to use dating to level up? Are you practicing hypergamy? Are you looking for eye candy? You never know. Just define what you're looking for. Nothing's wrong or right. I'm making this video to help you get what you want, not for you to get what someone else thinks you should want, or for you to get what I think you want. I want what you want, and this video is going to help you get what you want. So get clear on what you want from dating. What kind of relationship do you want to have in the first place? Okay. And then also thinking about what it is that you're willing to give in this relationship. And that goes back to, what is the level of seriousness that you want in this relationship. If you were dating for marriage, then obviously you would be wanting to be a little bit more willing to, give relationships more of your time and energy when you see them going in the right direction, because it is an important decision versus someone that you just want companionship or like a sugar daddy relationship with. So again, what are you willing to give in this relationship? How much of your time are you willing to invest? How much of your energy? And yes, your energy, because your energy is priceless. Your energy is, for a woman especially, is just so valuable in the relationship, because it's the plus that you bring. Your energy, your feminine energy, just you is what you're bringing. So how much of that are you willing to give? Do you want someone who's going to be calling you throughout the day? Do you want someone who's going to be texting you throughout the day? Personally, that's not my thing. Like, I've had a relationship where it was like that and it was fine. But also I was like, damn, I need my space, like I don't want to talk on the phone. So that's something to consider. And some people like that. Some people want them to blow up their phone. So get very clear of how much time and energy that you want to put in this relationship, so you can be very clear in acting out your boundaries. And that's another thing, is that you don't necessarily always have to communicate your boundaries point blank. You can just act them out by being you. And it's more of showing rather than telling someone, and men respond very well to that. You can just, instead of telling people, which can come from a very, I don't want to say insecure place, but not a solid place, versus when you act out your boundaries, then you're already practicing and they can just see who you are rather than you having to tell them, you know. Another thing that is helpful is having a love list, and I'm not gonna go too much in depth. With this because I have a whole video that I will link to in this video. It's about how to create a love list, what it does, why it's effective, why it's amazing, and why it has worked for me every single time, like to the T. And I have a whole volume of my journals to prove it. Like, making a love list it's basically this video encapsulated into one step. Like, if I could tell you to do one thing, it would be to create this love list, because what it does, it takes all that I'm talking about and it takes all your desires and it divides them into, you know, nice to haves, non-negotiables, and then go watch the video. It also teaches you how to become the reciprocal of everything that you're writing down. So you're no longer on the hunt for, you know, this perfect person that you wrote down. You are focusing your time and energy on becoming the reciprocal to what it is that you desire. You are pooling your energy within yourself. You're starting to glow and you're becoming attractive to what it is that you desire rather than going out and looking for it. And that is the ultimate feminine way to magnetize your desires to you. So again, go check out that video, create your love list, and you will thank me later. Or you can thank me right now by clicking the like button and subscribing to my channel. But that's just a suggestion. Also, something that's really important that I want to point out to my community, because we are all about inner work, we are all about, you know, leveling up in life. And to level up in life, you need to take your inner world with you, you know, as you level up in the outer world as well, so that your growth and your desires are sustainable, and that you have the personality and that you have the energy to back it up, so that you have the container to keep it. And that is recognizing past patterns that have happened over and over and over again in relationships. What are patterns that keep coming up? What are the men that, you know, even though you're not choosing it consciously, what are the men that you repeatedly date? What situations do you constantly find yourself in? What problems continually arise? What are you always crying about in relationships? Why are you always breaking up? What is it that's constantly spurring breakups in the relationship? I want you to write down these patterns, and it can be good or bad. There are great patterns, and then there are not so great patterns, and I want you to just write those down. And if you don't have a coach who can help, you know, guide you through that process of, you know, finding the core of what's causing these patterns and helping you release these patterns and replace them with new patterns, then you can do it yourself through journaling and just meditating, or, you know, thinking about these things deeply, and really just giving yourself time and space to stop. Because to break a cycle, you first have to stop it, and then identifying what's perpetuating that cycle. So you're gonna write these down, positive and negative, and you're gonna take a moment and you're gonna face it. You're gonna write it down, okay? You're gonna write it down, you're gonna read it, and you're gonna acknowledge the pattern. And sometimes that's all it takes, is you just acknowledging the pattern. And that's why I make this video. This is why I'm making this video, because we're taught that love just happens, la-di-da, but you know, you have to be conscious of what you want, and you have to be aware of what you want, so when it does come into your field, la-di-da, then you can recognize it. It's as simple as that. It's not becoming obsessive over it, it's being able to recognize what it is that you want, and that's so important. Okay, I got through those tips faster than expected. So now if you have the attention span to listen to this video this far in, then you have gotten to the juicy part where I am sharing my tips on how to be more effective on the dating apps. I have had a lot of success on Bumble in finding my ideal relationships. So that's where a lot of these tips are coming from, but it applies to all dating apps because they're all the same. You know, someone creates a profile, they're showcasing pictures that represent them, they have a bio, maybe a few prompts to answer. It's all pretty standard. So, as a reward for sticking to the end, here are some tips for dating apps and finding good matches and really just sorting through, you know, potentials, and also some tips for your profile as well. So let's hop right into that part. That part. um, okay, so first of all, I am not gonna BS you at all. I will not BS you, and I will tell it to you straight. Judge these men by the pictures that they have on your profile, on their profile. Judge these men by the pictures that they have on their profile. That is why they are there, for you to judge them. And I don't mean judge the person by how they look, but I mean judge the pictures by their environment. A picture is more than a picture. It's more than a face. Okay? You're going to be looking at all those things around the face. You're going to be looking at their environment. What does their environment look like? When they take pictures in their home, is it dirty? Is it messy? What's the aesthetic of their place? You know, are they stylish? Have they taken their time to thoughtfully design their home? Or is it just very practical? Is that important to you? Are they clean? Are they tidy? Or are they messy? When they're lifestyle pictures, where are they taking these pictures? These are most likely pictures that they chose because they represent them. So look at those pictures. Are they taking, you know, pictures at, you know, baseball games? Are they taking pictures with large groups of friends? Are they taking pictures with other women, for goodness sakes? Because men will do that. They think it's a flex to take pictures with other women, and what they don't realize is that, yes, that may be a flex if you're showing it to other men, but when you're showing women this on your dating profile, it can often be a red flag. So first of all, are they taking pictures, like very friendly pictures with other women, and are you okay with that? You know, all of these are hints that they are giving freely for you to judge and then make a decision. Judge and then swipe left or right. Personally, if they have a lot of female friends, then I'm just gonna swipe left, because why would I even put myself in a position to deal with that when I don't have to? Right off the bat, I can eliminate that from my life by a simple swipe. You guys don't realize how easy it is to avoid disaster. Like, from a simple red flag like that, just swipe left. No, what if he's cute? Oh my god, his bio is so cute. Oh my god, he likes it. No, just, if you're not okay with that, then swipe left. That is literally the beauty of what I'm telling you. Look deeper. Look at the details of the photo and use that to, you know, make your decisions. Again, use the background to your advantage. I mean, for me personally, what I look for is high class environments. I look for elevated places because I love to live a very luxurious life. Not in the way that everything's expensive, but I love being in beautiful places. I love being in curated environments. I love doing things that make me feel like that girl, that make me feel like the future version of myself, or even the version of myself right now, because these are things that I do. Are they taking vacation pictures? That's important to me because I like to go on vacation. I like to travel. So those are things that I would be looking for. Personally, I would be looking for, again, you know, nice, beautiful, clean environments, beautiful restaurants, travel photos. Maybe they're taking pictures, you know, inside their car. Well, I take hints of the interior of the car. Do they have a nice moonroof? Do they have a nice sunroof? Is the interior clean? You know, maybe they're taking a picture in their backyard or on their property or in front of their house. You know, you are able to make these assumptions and make them loosely because people do things to flex. So kind of use your intuition and your common sense, por favor. So yeah, that's important. And again, I'm going to emphasize this because it's so important. This is how you get an idea of picture. This is how you get an idea of the person that you are communicating with. It's by, looking at more than just the words they are saying, and is looking at the energy that they are projecting. Another thing, some people have bios, some people don't. For the longest time, I didn't have a bio, or I had very short bios. And then some people who are looking for more serious relationships, I think it's more important to have a bio. But for me, I was like, my face card is right here. I take very intentional pictures, lifestyle photos of me dressed up, photos of me traveling, so you can already see the type of woman that I am. And I had prompts that also communicate the type of woman I am. I had success with no bio. I had success with a short bio. And again, I'm not really looking for, deep lifelong relationships right now. So I feel like, I was successful in that front. But if you are, then take the time to curate a short and punchy bio that really communicates who you are, and maybe even communicates like what you desire in your standards in a very playful way. And also use the prompts. The prompts are a really great way to communicate your standards, because you can choose the prompts, and based on your answer, that can tell a lot about you. Like, I know in Bumble there's like a prompt where it's like, oh, what's your ideal first date, girl? If you if you don't say shopping followed by a dinner at a beautiful restaurant, or like, do not miss this opportunity. If you like, going downtown and having dinner, oh, a beautiful dinner in a downtown space followed by grabbing a drink at a swanky bar. Use this opportunity, use each opportunity to communicate your standards. And this is important because when you're dating, you have plenty of options. It's like an endless sea of people coming in front of you, and you're swiping left and right. So you want your profile to do some of the sorting for you. If someone's like dead set on doing 50-50, and you know that you want to be spoiled and provided for, having those hints on your profile is going to, filter out those people, and then if you guys do end up matching, then he already knows what's up. It's not some surprise that it's not something that he's surprised by, or something that he's going to bring up later and try and humble you or make you feel bad about your standards. So when you have your standards up front, then that, that acts as a filter for you, and you don't have to interact with people who don't agree with you, or who are going to challenge the beliefs that you hold, or challenge what it is that you want from relationships. Because, honey, if they're not going to give it to you, then they're none of your business in the first place. Period. When it comes to looking at the other person's profile, the man's profile, or, when it comes to looking at the other person's profile, read their bio. Read their bio. Men will often tell you their downfalls in a joking manner. Okay? And I'm sure you guys have seen this. They will be like, oh, I'm the worst. They'll joke. I can't think of a specific example, but like, oh, yeah, I'm the worst. Or, oh, you're just asking for trouble dating me. Or, oh, be prepared to bring your tissues. Or, looking for a sugar mama. Ha, ha, ha. You have to look at the jokes closely and look at what it is that they are joking about. They will often disguise their pitfalls or downfalls, or things that have constantly been a problem in past relationships, and they will disguise it as a joke. Kind of how we're doing, where you put that up front so that you can filter out people. Or you can be like, hey, I told you this was who I was. Like, you can't blame me. I was very upfront. I told you I was an asshole, right off the bat. Why are you surprised? Like, I literally told you. When a man tells you who he is, listen. And listen the first time, okay? So yeah, this is not a joke. Look at the jokes closely. And if you're okay with that, fine. But if you're not okay with that, swipe left. So, so y'all, these were just a few of the pertinent dating tips that came to mind when I knew I wanted to make a video about this to help the ladies out. I mean, I'm not someone who knocks online dating. It is very convenient if you do it right and you curate your profile to attract what you want, and if you know what to look for in other people's profile, it can be a tool that can help you tremendously, especially in an age where men are being deconditioned to approach women or to be less forward in pursuing a woman, you know, in the real world. You might as well take advantage of dating. And you know, I think I'm actually gonna have to make another video specifically for curating your profile, because ladies, it is an art. My profile is tea, and maybe in another video I will actually like live show you guys my profile. And because I've been very successful with it, and I know some people think this can be a whole nother video, but I think showing you guys my profile, how I set it up, and the wording that I use is going to be even more helpful to you ladies. So I think I'll make a entirely separate video just on how to curate your profile to attract the type of man that you want. If that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know ahead of time. Just drop a comment saying that is something that you'd be interested in. I'll get real personal. I'll show you my profile, you know, like live on the screen. So if that's something that you're interested in, like this video and then comment below. Again, the how to make a loveless video is going to be linked to this video. And yeah, that is all for today. Like, subscribe, comment on this video. I am a feminine energy coach, a lifestyle coach. If that interests you, click the link below and schedule a coffee chat where we'll just talk about where you are now, where you want to go, see if we're a good fit, and go from there. Bye, y'all. I will see you in the next video. Ciao.